Okay, so mind you, this is the mineral grain or blue one. Yeah, it just looks blue, so yeah. And mind you, this is the cord it came with. We'll have to warn you guys, this one does have a continuous running problem, and I can actually show you guys. Let me unplug these so I can just lay these flat. Okay. So if you look very closely, this is the red one, and I actually got this one as a new old stock one off eBay. So yeah, it did come in new packaging. Did have a scare at first because when I first got it, for some reason the motor wouldn't start at first, and like about a minute or two later, it finally kicked in and started working and does what it's supposed to. So if you look very closely, see if I can put my phone up closer. Like, you see how it retracts and stuff? That's because with the switch, because behind this little cover right here is actually where there's like a metal piece that like it's connected to a wire that goes to the motor, and then there's like another piece here at the bottom that I believe goes to the terminal, if I remember correctly. So basically, like, if the safety switch is up and just pressing the center relay and stuff, that's basically one part of the circuit. Basically provides the power to the terminal and basically prevents you from like just putting the pencil in and then just like, running the sharpener and stuff. But it's mainly this one that's responsible for the unit's power. Yes, you do need to have it connected to an AC adapter, but so basically, like, when you like push the switch up and stuff, there's like a metal piece. At least with the newer one and stuff, that's, the X-ACTO by Newell brand or something. When you push the switch up and stuff, it pushes a metal piece, and like when those two basically pushes like the center piece upwards towards the motor starter, and then for as long as those two pieces are touching them, it basically like provides electricity and starts the motor. You sharpen your pencil, what yada yada. You get it out when it's done, and then when the switch comes down, it basically just, especially because there's like nothing to like keep holding like the metal piece up, it just goes back down. And yeah, so that's why they call it a pressure switch too, because like basically the pressure and stuff is basically like what pushes that metal piece in here. As with this one though, I did get this one as a used on eBay, so yeah, this one has an issue, and I do know that, I know as long as I'm careful and stuff and all that, I should be able to maybe fix the issue to where it doesn't run continuously, because that's my main concern and stuff. So if you look very closely and stuff, like, you see how like the switch gets stuck, then when I do this, it just comes back down. It's essentially like loose. So my best guess is that maybe like the metal strand in here is probably just like stuck, in either debris is like clogging it, like maybe like somewhere in this area, preventing it from like, well, second thought, I don't think that could be the issue, but I do know like those two metal strands are like touching and stuff, and then so I'm probably gonna assume that like maybe it's like bent, or might have been either a factory deformity, because the description did say not used very much at all, so it was hardly used. So I'm assuming the person may have already had the issue too when they had gotten it or something. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter if you like get off eBay or buy the sharpener from Walmart or Amazon, whatever the hell. Sometimes it can have that continuously running issue, and because sometimes the mechanisms, I've done research, and apparently there can be like a tiny spring that like apparently holds this or something, but these don't appear to have that. But probably get that fixed on my own time. But anywho, I'm about to show you guys a power inconsistency with these stock cords right here that X-ACTO used. This is the one from the blue one, mind you. I don't know what that, I'm gonna assume that like this number right here is part of the part number, so I don't know. Unless Unless all of these ones adapted at the time, like, just provided more power with every different color. I don't know though, but it's just weird. But let me go ahead and just get these ready to sharpen and stuff. Alright, and I have to warn you guys again, this one will run continuously as soon as I plug it in. So, here we go, and I will warn you, this is going to be very high-pitched. Well, potentially louder, because it's running at a higher speed, you know, and the motor vibrates against the plastic, so here we go. Oh, like, I don't know if you guys heard that, but here we go. That's the only way I can get it to shut off, is either do that or unplug it, but it does sharpen it to a very fine point too, so that's nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna plug in the red one, and as you'll see, it won't have that issue, so yeah. Because the switch goes up and down, as with this one, when you have it vertically and you just move the switch upwards, it just remains in that position until it goes down, because of, you know, gravitational pull, all that fun stuff. Alright. Hey teacher, my pencil broke. Can I go sharpen it? Yes, you can. Just be careful with the sharpener. See how it's like delivering less power and stuff? Yeah. And these are the exact same model too as you guys have seen in the photos, so, yeah, there's that. Anywho, now, funny thing, when I swap these cords around, the power is going to be different. So let me go ahead and do that right quick. Well, at least the amount of power being delivered to each motor is going to be different. Alright, so I have swapped it. So now, mind you, this is the cord from the red one, because it does say 1402, and as you can clearly see, it's plugged into this one. Once again, I will remind you, this one will run continuously, but here we go. That's what it should do, like when you take out the pencil and stuff, but work on that on my own time. Okay, so anywho, now I'm gonna go ahead and just get the red one plugged in with the blue cord, with the blue sharpener's adapter. And guess what? This one's louder, like it probably vibrates against more of the plastic, but anywho, that's basically what it should do, instead of just, you know, running continuously. But, anywho, there's that, so I thought I'd just show you guys something interesting. And, I will tell you guys, funny enough, if you look closely at, like, the model number, Model 195 XX-CN, Elmer's Products Incorporated. And then, Elmer's Products Incorporated, Model 195 XX-CN. They both say 12 volts. They both, excuse me, I don't know what gibberish I was speaking there, but they both have an input rating of 12 volt DC, but the adapters say otherwise. Oh. But yeah, there you go. Alright. I really appreciate you guys watching, so yeah, there's that. Peace.